In this session, we're going to talk about what to say to other network marketers. Now, network marketers are easy to spot on the internet. If you'll remember, the blue M&Ms are network marketers who have turned their pages on MySpace into a commercial for their business. Their page is all about their business. And the more time they spend on these social networking sites and the less activity and the less success they have, they start to take things off, or maybe they just leave it alone and never go back to MySpace again. Some people, however, reduce the presence of information about their business and the page becomes more about them, and so they become purple M&Ms. And these are network marketers who have gotten into a business and they're not happy. And a lot of times you can determine that quickly by visiting their website. For example, if you go to avon.com Betty Smith, that's her personal Avon page, and you see that it's no longer active, then it's a pretty good guess that she's no longer paying the $19 or $25 a month it costs to maintain that site, and so she's in the purple category. You're also going to run into people in real estate, people in other lines of work that over the last year and a half have joined a network marketing company because they're looking for other income, and they haven't made it work. Ultimately, you have to treat any business like a business if you're going to be successful. And the bottom line is, how much money are you making every month and how much money are you spending? If people aren't making money in their business, it's not a business. So that being said, let's talk about what do you say to other network marketers. Some of them are going to write to you because your pages are so fabulous. Remember, you're not going to say anything about being in a network marketing business on your page. So a lot of network marketers are going to contact you. Well, here are the questions that you want to ask a network marketer. Are you still active in your company? Are you building a business or just using the products? Are you doing the business full-time or part-time? How long have you been in it? Now, you're asking them about them, not particularly the business. What was it attracted you to the company? Is this your first experience with network marketing? If not, what was your first experience? How many other companies did you try? You're a professional network marketer, and you're talking to someone else who professes to be a professional network marketer. You probably know a lot more than they do. As a matter of fact, if you've taken this course and completed this course, you do know more than 98% of the network marketers you're going to find on any social networking site. Promoting their business on a MySpace page is in violation of their terms of service. How many companies did they try? How are they doing? Are they happy with the money they're making? And if they're not, or if they had a bad experience in network marketing, why do you think you couldn't make any money in this business? Now, once you have the answers to these 11 questions, then you can ask number 12. Would you be open to looking at another company that didn't have those obstacles? It's important to get their story. You're not interested in their company or their compensation plan. You're interested in their systems, their website, their tools. Perhaps they have better tools than you. But don't let them think that you are a candidate or a prospect for their business. Let me give you an example. This was an email communication that took place actually this was an instant message communication that took place, no, it was email, between Marcin and a distributor in Herbalife. So Marcin said, "Hi Max, I just had this conversation with a guy who was actually the third person I sent a hello message to. I cannot believe how easy this was. I actually enjoyed myself doing this. Thank you." Now, Marcin was in a Herbalife a long time ago. So he writes to someone who is obviously an Herbalife distributor. The way this reads, I think it was an instant message communication. Remember, the same process would have taken place in an email. So Marcin writes, "Hello from Minnesota. I see you're a distributor with Herbalife. Are you on the president's team?" Now, the only way you would know whether you're on the president's team or that the existence of a president's team is if you're a distributor yourself. So the person writes back, "No, just a supervisor. Things have been tough going lately. Are you a distributor?" And Marcin writes back, I was for over 2 years. How long have you been with Herbalife? We're on our 2nd year. How are you making out with it? And see, what happens sometimes is he missed the comment, I was for over 2 years. He missed the was. How are you making out with it? I'm no longer a distributor with Herbalife, but I am still in network marketing. I just found a different vehicle. What made you decide to start with Herbalife? And I want you to pay attention to the fact that Marcin ends every communication with a question. How long have you been with Herbalife? What made you decide to start? I had been, in the past, been with Amway, but I was just not going anywhere. My brother-in-law got in and started talking to me about it, and it seemed like a good deal. The other thing I want you to notice is look at the red to the black, the ratio of red to black. Marcin is communicating with this person, and he's not typing more than the other person. You said, all right, I will get to this in a moment. You said it's been going tough lately. How come? Well, mostly the people in my area just don't want to spend the money to be healthy. I understand. I've been in the same boat. Are you full-time with Herbalife? Now, I want you to understand that when I give these examples of successes and failures in company, it's a personal thing. I know a lot of people in Herbalife that are doing very well and making a lot of money. No, I have a full-time job, but my wife is a stay-at-home mom and she stays busy with it. It's the other way around in our house. I stay home and do the biz and wife works part-time. Are you guys planning on staying in the biz for much longer? We'll see. I've given up trying to sign up on other distributors and just work on retail. That's the best way I have found to make any money, but the only drawback is I'll be doing that till I'm 80 if I live that long. Plus, and now since Marcin knows about the compensation plan, he says, plus you don't get any residual income that way, no sales, no money. If I may ask, what keeps you doing the business? And this is an answer that keeps everybody in network marketing. The hope that one day I come across a couple of go-getters that sign on under me. Right now I have one and 3 others that think people are just going to approach them by passing out flyers. So Marcin writes, what is the name of your team, if I may ask? I was with the I office, and he says, I'm not sure. I'd have to ask my brother-in-law. No problem. I was just curious. And this is the first part where Marcin does not ask a question. Well, how are you doing now that... So his friend asks him one. What are you doing now that you're not with Herbalife? People are going to be curious about what you do. I found a different network marketing company. Now, he typed way, way too much here. He could have just stopped right here. I found a different network marketing company, and then he could have ended with, have you ever thought about looking at another company? Instead, he says, from what you said, it looks like you guys have this lottery mentality. Keep buying tickets and maybe you will win someday. That's a little strong, and he gets himself, and some people could find that insulting, but he saves himself by saying, I've been there, so I can totally relate. Have you ever thought about other ways of doing business? And what he should have said, have you ever thought about doing another company? Ever thought about other ways of doing the business? His friend comes back and says, sure, I'm always looking for ways to make money. You know, the internet has really revolutionized the network marketing industry. Flyers don't do the job anymore. They did in the 80s, though. So now we're talking about the flyers that his friend brought up. Have you found any other way so far? Yeah, but there's just some people you just can't get through to. What do you mean? About the flyer thing, just trying to get the downline to understand that you have to make contact with people, not just wait for them to come to you. And this is an important lesson here for you in these social networking sites. You're not creating a MySpace page and waiting for people to come to you. First of all, there's nothing on your page that talks about your business, so you're free to go out and make friends with people that you know in advance. People in real estate, people in the mortgage field, people that are in industries that are going through some difficult times. You know these people have a need. You can approach them. It's hard to work with people, as Jim Rohn says, working with people is like trying to herd cats. What keeps you going then? Yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm just taking financial advice from the homeless. We all do that once in a while, so have you found other ways to make money? Other than working 40 hours and then doing jobs on the side? No. So we have 2 brother Herbalife distributors talking to each other and watch what happens. Yeah, that must take a lot of time away from your twins and your wife. Would you be open to looking at a different company? Yeah, to both, but I'm going to have to turn in for the night. I have to get up at 4. Sure, my name is Mark, by the way. Let's talk another time. Now, notice how easy. This sure, sounds good. I'm online at nights around 8. See you tomorrow. This is how effective it can be when you talk to other people and you ask them questions. I'm going to bring up 2 more examples to show you. Now, here's a gentleman that I brought up his page, and I saw that he indicated on his page, and he has the old MySpace page, which I like better than the new 2.0 pages because everything's where you want it to be. We'll scroll down to the bottom. He says he's a mortgage broker and he's an ACN distributor. We go over here to the right, and he says here, I'm a mortgage broker for 20 years now, work for the airlines. I also have a side business. So he's doing a lot of things. Send him a friend request, he accepts. I try to reach him online, and remember, you can do this in email a lot more effectively. So we missed each other. But every day that he's my friend, he's been getting a daily motivational bulletin. So he finds me online. He says, excuse me for interrupting. Can you help me? Perhaps. How can I help you? I'm new to MySpace, and a friend told me he was making money on the internet, so I wanted to check it out. How exactly can you help me make money online? Well, there are many ways to make money online. What do you do? I work for Delta Airlines. What does your job entail? Remember the 8 questions. I'm part of the ground crew. It's the biggest hub, but they're talking about cutting back on flights because of the rising fuel costs. Last hired, first fired, I guess he meant to say. So needless to say, I'm very concerned about my future. How can I make money online? Now again, resist. Just here's my website. Here's a number. Call. Resist talking about your business until you find out what their experience has been in the industry. There are many ways to make money online. I'd be happy to help you. How long have you worked for Delta? Only 5 months. I used to work for a mortgage company before that. And remember that the more a person is talking to you, the more effective you are in communicating with them. How do you like working for Delta? It's okay, but the morale is terrible. Everyone keeps telling me I'm getting laid off. So I'm working week to week. I can't live with that kind of stress. That's why I'd like to know how I can make money online. I see you're an ACM, so you're familiar with the industry. How is that going for you? Are you making any money with ACM? No, I've been a part of Amway, Herbalife, and now ACM, but I've never made a penny at any of them. What makes matters worse is you have to go to all those meetings, and I feel guilty if I miss one, even if I haven't made any money. Why do you think you couldn't make any money? I've heard other people do. To be honest with you, I'm not the world's best salesman. And on top of that, the expense of advertising and paying for leads puts you in the hole before you even get started. So what's your deal? Now you know where he's coming from. I'm working with an international company, and I do much of my business online. Would you be interested in looking at another networking company that you could work online and create a stream of residual income you missed in those other businesses? Are there expensive startup costs, and would I be required to attend meetings? Tell you what, would you be up for talking about this on the phone? I type with 4 fingers, but 2 of them need spell check. He says, sure, give me your number. We ended up talking on the phone. Here's one more example. Connected with Real Estate Diva in Virginia. Now here's Janet, and if we scroll down on the left, we can see that she says she's a realtor. That's all she says. Over here on the right, there is nothing about the fact that she's been in network marketing. It's all about the fact that she's trying to sell real estate. So we connect. Hello from the beach. Hello. Finally, we connect. And I said, I was online waiting for a friend to come on and notice your page. How is the real estate market in D.C.? It's not as bad as down there, but I'm working 3 times harder, and I used to make 1/3 of the money I used to make. What do you do? I have an internet business. It gives me the funds to travel and sail. Remember, short answer, have an internet business, benefits, that gives me the funds to travel and sail, and then ask the question, how long have you been selling real estate? I've been selling for 11 years. The market here was incredible 3 years ago, but it's very slow here now. I hope Obama gets elected. There will be a lot of new faces in D.C., and the market will pick up next year. So that ought to tell you that the real estate market around the Washington, D.C. area is good now. What kind of an internet business do you have? I've sold things on eBay. It's with an international company, and my clients and friends are all over the world. What did you do before real estate? Believe it or not, I was a high school English teacher for 7 years. Fun. What prompted you to make a change from education to sales? Remember, just because somebody says they're interested in what you do doesn't mean they're a prospect. Learn, get the answers to those 8 questions, and you'll only talk to people about your business who have a genuine need. I was transferred to a school district I didn't like. I was also tired of all the extra paperwork and politics. Not one person I graduated with is still teaching. My best friend was making a fortune in real estate and she got involved. Now my friend has a part-time job at the mall. It is tough out there today. I wish I could have an online business. Can you tell me a bit about yours? 7 or 8 times a day you'll be hearing this from people. I'd be happy to tell you, are you familiar with the network marketing industry? Realtor, former school teacher, nothing on her page talks about network marketing. You've determined her need. Now is time to ask question number 8. She comes back and she says, yes, I am. Used to be. I used to sell Mary Kay and USANA. Why'd you stop? I could not make any money. I did not like going to all the meetings. I couldn't find customers to talk with it. Also, my friends avoided me like the plague. LOL, I like the concept, but it did not work for me. What do you do? I'm working with a number of realtors that have turned to the internet to make money while sales are down during the slow market. Would you be open to looking at a network marketing company that you could work from home? Well, now you know what her background was. I'm open to anything right now. I sure don't want to end up working at Macy's like my friend. I definitely need the extra cash flow. Would you be open for talking on the phone about this? I type with 4 fingers, but 2 of them need spell check. Me too. Sure. Who calls who? I'd be happy to call you or you can call me. What's your preference? And we ended up speaking on the phone. The important thing in talking to any network marketer, anyone that's active in network marketing, is you need to know what their experience is. And when you talk to everyone in general, network marketing has been around a long time. You need to know what their background is. You see, as soon as you go into giving a presentation to someone, before you determine if they've been in network marketing before, if you start giving your pitch, you start giving your little elevator speech, if they've been in the business before, they've heard it. They've heard it. And right away the barrier goes up. You're one of those pyramid people trying to promote something. Ask the questions, qualify people, and you'll discover you'll talk to fewer people about your business and you will close more sales. And remember this, there are roughly 20 million network marketers out there in the world that are not happy with their business and would be open to hearing about yours.